Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today I am reading some crazy medical gaslighting stories from Reddit. Before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like this video, share the video, and as always you can of course go follow me on my Instagram that's also called The Art of Being Ill. Before we begin, I want to apologize if the light seems a little off, but it gets really dark really soon in Denmark at the moment, and I couldn't find anywhere in my apartment where the light was like perfect for doing a video, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Just in case you were wondering if something was looked a little different. Medical gaslighting is a serious problem. And there are way too many stories out there. I want to point out that, of course, not all healthcare professionals gaslight their patients. There are many out there who are doing their absolute best to help you and want to help you and don't give up just because the tests came back negatively or whatever. But unfortunately, medical gaslighting is a huge problem all over the world. And today I thought I would read some of those stories to you from Reddit. I want to point out that I haven't fully read the stories beforehand because I wanted an authentic reaction for you. So I found a thread where people told stories about medical gaslighting, and I'm just gonna dive right in and pick one out right now and read it to you, and then I'll react to it, of course. So, the first story. My doctors dismissed pain, dizziness, loss of vision on one eye, and fatigue from the age of 17 to 21. I pushed for more testing and they found a brain tumor. It wasn't the bad kind of brain tumor, it is controlled with meds. I still can't see in the one eye. Wow. This person went from 17 to 21. So that's 4 years being dismissed. They literally lost vision. They were dizzy. They were in pain. And they were like, whatever. And then it was like, oh, by the way, you have a brain tumor. Sorry about that. Like, oh my God. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, even if it hadn't been a brain tumor, even if it hadn't been anything serious whatsoever, it's still like you have this patient that's in pain, is losing vision dramatically on one eye, and they're dizzy, and you don't think to do anything. You're just like, whatever, like go home, it'll probably pass. Like, that doesn't worry you as a doctor? That would worry me a lot. I mean, I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's tragic. Let's move on to the second story. I started having severe lower back pain at the age of 12. X-rays were taken, but no blood work was done. It was dismissed as growing pains, despite the fact that it lasted a year and I couldn't sit up in class without pain. I continued to have flares of this pain and severe fatigue throughout my 20s. Then, at 35, it was getting really bad and lasting longer. I went to see my first rheumatologist, who said the pain was fibromyalgia, despite me not meeting the criteria for it. But she couldn't explain my elevated inflammation markers, other than to blame it on fat. I suppose that means this person was overweight, maybe? I got a second opinion a year later. Turns out it was psoriatic arthritis, an autoimmune disease, and I've probably had it my whole life. It's progressive, but there are many meds to treat it, although it can cause incurable joint damage the longer it goes untreated. Now I also have a bunch of comorbidities, I think it's pronounced, that I likely wouldn't have if it had been diagnosed and treated when I was young, and my quality of life would be much better. I'm also having more problems getting symptom relief from the available meds, likely because of this delay as well, because my disease is advanced. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Like a 12-year-old with lower back pain. That really should worry you as a doctor. It should worry anyone. You don't have to be a doctor to know that 12-year-olds shouldn't have back pain. And growing pains, I mean, sure, that's a real thing, but they usually don't last like forever and all the time. And plus, and maybe this is just me, but I don't remember having growing pain in my back. It was mostly my legs, but maybe that's just me, I don't know. But this person was like 12 years of age when they first saw a doctor, and at 35 they got the first diagnosis that turned out to be a little wrong. And then a year later, so I suppose at 36, they found the correct diagnosis, which was psoriatic arthritis. It's really hard to say. And there are damages now that can't be repaired because the doctors dismissed her when she was, her or him actually, I don't know if it's a woman or a man, because a doctor dismissed them when they were 12. Like, I mean, that's just, that's so sad, right? Like, I think it comes down to this whole you're too young to be sick idea. You're young, so it's probably nothing. But it's just such a gaslighting thing to say to young people, that because you're young, you can't have any illnesses. There can't be something wrong with you. Even if it hadn't been like arthritis this person had, let's say they damaged their back somehow. Does it matter that you're 12? If you damage your back, if there's something wrong with your back, I mean, a 12-year-old shouldn't have back pain. I don't really understand. I don't understand how anyone could dismiss that, to be honest. And I feel like at this moment, I don't even really know what to say to that, because it's just, this person has just, and I have an autoimmune disease myself. The fatigue is serious in autoimmune diseases. And this person, and I was 22 when I got diagnosed, right? So, but this person was in their mid-30s once they found out that they had an autoimmune disease. So and the fatigue, I'm even treated for my illness at this point, and I'm still very fatigued. So if you take a person who's not treated with medicine, wow, how has this person functioned for so many years? This is so, it really scares me. This really, really scares me that this is happening. And I don't understand how, because if a 12-year-old kept complaining about pain in their lower back and fatigue, and I would just, as doctor, as a human being, I would be really concerned, because you're not supposed to have back pain when you're 12. You're not supposed to be fatigued, right? Something is clearly wrong, and I would be so worried. I couldn't dismiss this person. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night because I would be worried about this person. This is just, it's sad. That's what it is. It's sad and tragic. And let's read the next one. I started having unbearable abdominal pain that put me in the ER 3 times in 4 to 5 months. Every time the ER docs told us I was a teenager with a bad diet, or that I was a dramatic girl who just didn't want to go to school. Turns out I had ruptured ovarian cysts that were leaking fluid into my pelvic floor. I'm talking the worst pain imaginable, my absolute 10 out of 10. I was throwing up just from the pain alone, and it still took forever to get answers. Is there anything I hate more than when doctors dismisses particular women, because it often happens to women and young girls, that you're just being dramatic. You just want attention. Like for real? You don't want to go to school, so you are faking so severe pain your parents are taking you to the ER. Really? Really? You don't think that girl could think of any other way to get out of school than having her parents take her to the ER? Wow. And I know that it's a problem with these female conditions, where they have cysts on their ovaries and endometriosis and all these things. I know that it's a really big issue that doctors just dismiss it as women being dramatic and hysterical, and it's pissing me off. For real. Like, it's just, I think it's really important that people share these stories, that we share these stories, because that's the only way we create awareness, right? And hopefully make some changes in the medical field when it comes to gaslighting patients, so we don't have to fight the system to get help that we deserve. So it's like, it's hard to hear, but I think it's important that people hear it, right? So everyone, that was today's kind of tragic video about medical gaslighting. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.